Here we are. Dragon Age Origins yet again. The great story, the great time. I'm very excited to get into it again, and very excited to get rocking out again. So I actually ended up messing up here. I made up my character, and I believe I called him Rattler instead of Rattler. So, oops, but not a big deal. And so is the golden city blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. It's so awesome to get back into this again. So
the chantry
excited.
teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. Even be too late. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
So excited. This was such a great game. It really was. So now comes the very important part. Male. Dwarvener, Rogue, not Noble, Commoner. Next. Alright. Obviously this part may be boring to some, but to me this is actually fairly important. We'll give him a little bit rougher of a skin. Tone, a little darker, not that dark. Maybe something like that. Get that little castless. Something like that looks pretty cool. Can we make that like a red? Yeah, something like that isn't too bad. Rattler. We'll have to change that to... Ah! What are you doing? Go away. Rattler. The hair. Actually, the beard is the most important. Something smaller. Not bald, though. Something like that's not too bad. Looks nice and bardic. Actually, could we get like a red? That's kind of cool. Now let's get his hair. No. Something like that. I think it looks pretty bardish. Little unkempt, but the beard's not too long. A little bit of stubble. Yeah. I like it. Eye shape. Looks all tired there. Something like that. Make the eyes a little bigger. Eye color. That's cool. Nose. Actually, the nose I'm pretty happy with. Nice big nose. Neck and ears are fine. You won't really even see them all that much. Portrait. He does look a little sad though, doesn't he? Can we make him a little smiler? Something like that's not too bad. Good old Rattler.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Yeah. Here is our legend, folks. Okay. Strength-wise, we're probably going to keep him... I don't imagine a bard really going up there on the front. Keep him in the back. A little extra cunning, and some constitution. Coercion, definitely. As a bard, definitely. Skills. Probably deft hands makes sense as someone who plays an instrument, and stealth was actually one I wanted to do. I wanted to give him stealth, but would always be kept very low. You know, his name is Rattler, and he's known as Rattler for a reason. Not Rattler, but well, Rattler, Rattler. It's got to have a little to it, otherwise, you know. So I like it. We're gonna go on Nightmare difficulty for now, folks. This may end up being too much, but I thought that extra challenge could be kind of fun. Let's do it.
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, largest and proudest of the two remaining dwarven cities. Once the seat of an underground empire, Orzammar now stands alone, cut off from the world by the Darkspawn, still clinging to the memory of its former glory. Below the vast statues and gilded halls where the noble families play at politics, the lower castes live in their shadows, scurrying to serve like their ancestors before them. Below that is you. You are casteless, the dirty secret staining Orzammar's perfect society, forced, along with your sister, to sell your services to the crime lord Barat. To the rest of Orzammar, you are proof that the casteless deserve their fate. But you know you do what you have to, the same as everyone, just to survive.
I can't keep gambling on you forever, Precious. You've got a sweet look, something to light a man on fire. But you gotta make it count.
Please, Barat. Can we not do this in front of my brother?
Why not? He knows the slope of the land, don't you, boy?
He's right. Whatever it takes to get out of this cesspool.
Listen to the kid. He knows the deal you made. He lays low and does whatever jobs I don't want to risk anyone valuable on. In return, I put out coins so you can doll yourself up and get a belly full of some nobleman's brats. Then you both go free. And I get to join the family and be called my lord for the rest of the little prince's life.
And her son will call you uncle and come to visit on name days.
That's what everyone likes. A castless with a big mouth. But I didn't come for the joy of your company. I've been looking at my investments, and this one hasn't borne much gold. I'm giving you another week, Precious. If you haven't found a patron, you're back to sweeping streets.
But I have. I've met someone. That is, I didn't want to promise, but he seemed interested.
See? She's found someone. I told you we'd deliver.
It's nothing definite, but he said he wanted to see me again.
Excuse me if I don't start knitting booties. Until I do, you're the one who's going to keep paying her debts with your service to the Carta.
You have some more errands for me to run?
A few. Do a good job, and you might work your way up to footpad one of these days. Your buddy Lesky's waiting outside. He knows what I'll need from you today. Don't even think about bungling this job. Your whole family's on loose sand with me right now, and I know you don't have anywhere else to turn.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
You don't have to hide anything from me, Rika.
I know. You've always been a good brother. Always tried to protect me. I should have told you. Barat's been warning me ever since two of his other girls found patrons at Lord Harrimont's reception. They've been getting gifts already. Lord Rooston gave Elsie a surface silk gown and she's not even pregnant. Barat's getting impatient.
I just wish we didn't have to kiss up to the cave tick.
You know the other options. Cleaning middens, begging, going to the surface. No. Unless you find a way to save us all from Darkspawn and become a paragon. We're pretty much on Barat's leash for life.
Someone like me could never actually be a paragon.
It wouldn't be the first time. Garelon the Blood Risen was born castless, you know, before he went to the surface. And he came back and won the throne. Many paragons have humble origins. All that matters is that the Assembly recognizes their achievements. And once they get that vote, they found their own house, and are as noble as if the ancestors themselves had made it so.
That would certainly surprise Mother.
Oh, don't pay attention to her. She's just a bitter old drunk. She also said you'd never learn to walk, or stop dumping in the bed. Make something of yourself just to spite her.
It's not fair that Barat gets to push us around.
Money gives him power. He's got family on the surface, which means he can smuggle up lyrium and smithcrafts, and bring down silks, wines, and furs. And he played it smart. When he started expanding, he made sure it was only the castless he shook down for protection, so the guardsmen didn't care.
And now he has everything a dwarf could want.
I hope there's more you want in life than to be some copper-plated crime lord. You've still got the chance to get out of here.
Clearly my sarcasm was missed.
Be a paragon. Don't stop at becoming another Barat.
So why does Barat care about hustling you to some noble? Perhaps sarcasm as well won't serve me very well. Right now, at least.
As far as the nobles are concerned, he still stinks of Dust Town. He's got money now, but you can't buy caste, you know? No noblewoman would risk a dalliance with him. His only chance to join a noble family is to claim kinship with a concubine who bears a noble son. And that's what he wants more than anything. Don't you? Imagine what it would be like not to have people look at us like we're sewer sludge. To think our lives are worth something.
Oh, where's my timer? I need to get going before Barad comes back. Goodbye.
Stay out of trouble. I'll see you tonight.
Well, folks, this begins our journey. One step at a time. In our beginning. As always, folks, thanks for watching. Tune in the next episode of Let's Replay Dragon Age Origins. Thanks for watching, everybody.